Today I'm going to be showing you how to make these lovely baby shower cupcake toppers, all from sugar, and they can be made well in advance so that they can go on top of your freshly baked cupcakes. I just want to thank you all for supporting the channel, for watching the tutorials, and I'll be back soon with an awful lot more new content. I hope you find it helpful. If you want to leave any feedback, please do in the comments below this video. I will look forward to hearing from you all. Happy baking, guys, and let's make a start. Start by taking a colour of your choice in modelling paste. I'm choosing to roll mine in between these 5mm spaces just to keep them exactly 5mm thick. You'll also notice that I've dusted down my work surface just with a small amount of icing sugar to prevent the modelling paste from actually sticking to it. Now you will need the Katie Sue Smocking Effect Impression Mat. Simply place this on your work surface, and I tend to use just a small amount of icing sugar. Place your modelling paste over the top of the mat, and now gently roll with the rolling pin over the top. Try and keep it nice and firm. You want to be pushing down, but you don't want the design to be moving too much underneath. So then I tend to just go over it gently, as you can see here. And then all you do is literally gently pull away the fondant or the modelling paste from the mat, and you will end up with that amazing impression, which just gives your cupcakes a fantastic effect. Here I am using the foam balls by Purple Cupcakes. This is just going to be to create the dome for my cupcake. You'll find with toppers like these, they can take a while to make, so they're best off being made in advance. Simply dust some icing sugar on top of one of your foam balls. Take the modelling paste you've already left an impression on with the mould, and then you want a large round circle cutter. Simply cut the circle out, place this on your foam ball, and it will end up in a lovely domed shape. If you leave this to set, it will mean that you can just pick them up and place them directly onto your freshly baked cupcakes whenever they are due. Remember, we're just working with sugar here, and sugar lasts indefinitely. So things like this can be made well in advance, and it just means you get to make them absolutely perfect because you're not in a rush. Simply repeat that process with the impression mats with different colours for whatever amount of cupcakes you are making. Now for the white ones on here, I am using a Claire Bowman Luster Dust. This is completely edible. It's the Snow Silver Pearl, but just wait till you see this effect it has if you just brush it directly onto some white modelling paste. It leaves it with like a lovely pearlized effect. It's absolutely beautiful. You might think you're going the extra mile with it, and yes, it is more time consuming, but think about your customer. Your cupcakes are really going to stand out. Just adding these little bits of extra effort into all of the cakes that you make. And yes, I know it can be expensive getting all of the equipment, but once you have it, you've got it for life. This luster dust is absolutely fantastic. I can't recommend it enough. And just look at the difference it makes to the top just by simply brushing them. I'm now going to repeat this with all of the white cupcake toppers off camera. But there you go. It gives just a very simple effect, very effective, but striking. Now it's time to start adding the decoration. Now for the letters, I'm using the Cake Star Push Easy Lowercase Alphabet cutters. They're a great cutter, especially for baby cakes, christening cakes, baby showers. I'm using white on pink, and they're really simple cutters to use. You just place it directly on top of your modelling paste or fondant. You can use either with this. Rub the back with your finger and just remove any excess that's on there. And then simply plunge it out and it will leave a slight impression. Repeat these for all of the letters and then simply place them and stick them on top of your cupcake toppers. In order to stick them down, you just want a small amount of edible glue and a brush. Just brush it on the back of each letter and then place it onto the cupcake topper and leave it to set. For the baby clothes, I am using the Katie Sue Baby Clothes Washing Line Silicone mould. It's a fantastic mould that leaves a great effect. I personally like to use Trex in these moulds. I find it an awful lot easier to get everything out, but you can use icing sugar. So start by choosing which ones that you're going to use. So I'm using the t-shirt on the left hand side, the bib, a few of the shoes, and just fill those particular moulds with some vegetable fat. I'm now going to fill in some of those very intricate details that you can see on the mould and start by using some white modelling paste. So the first one has a very, very small heart on it. So if you just take a very small amount of whatever colour you choose and using a Dresden tool or any other tool, just push down the modelling paste into that very tiny gap. It's very easy to do, but when you put another colour on top there and take it all out of the mould, they'll all be stuck together and it gives a fantastic effect. On the bib, I'm actually going to be using some white modelling paste just inside the duck. Now the duck is very, very, very tiny on that bib, but you'll see just how easy they are to really use. Just remember what I said earlier though. These cupcake toppers are very time consuming. People sometimes don't understand this. This is not an order that you can just take on overnight. I would advise being very sensible with them. I always turn them down if I don't get 2 weeks notice minimum, because you are spending an awful lot of time literally just preparing the toppers. Once you have filled in those little details, you then want to get another colour of your choice. So I'm going to be using pinks and we're going to be placing this over the top of what we have just done. You simply just push it into your mould. Now you can use a tool, but you'll find them very, very easy to use, literally just with your fingers. Continue to do this. I'm going to do it for the one I'm currently doing, the bib, a few of the booties, and I'm just going to show you how easy they are to actually use. And then we're simply going to take these out of the mould and add them to our cupcake toppers. All we need to do now is simply remove these from the mould, and it's really easy. If you just these moulds are really, really bendy, they're really good quality, but you can easily get hold of what you have created. Look how easy that was. Remember, I've used Trex. You can use icing sugar, but I've found with these that I always have better results using Trex vegetable fat, but each to their own. There's never any wrong or right way to decorate a cake. If you want to use icing sugar, please do. Simply remove them from the moulds of your choice and then stick them to your cupcakes. So off camera, I made an extra one. I did this lovely little dress, but I just used the same principle with the different colours. Again, to stick them onto your actual cupcakes, you just want a small amount of edible glue. I'm now sticking on this baby grow. You just place the edible glue on the back and put them on there. I hope I've helped you again today, especially with using these amazing moulds. Katie Sue has so many on the market, and if you get really creative with them, the world is your oyster. You can use these moulds for so many different things. Thank you for watching. I really do appreciate your support, and I will be back soon with more free content. Thank you again, guys, and take care.